Hi everybody, my name is Aubrey Haase, and if you're watching this video right now, either I told you to check it out or a friend of yours that cares about you said, hey, I want you to check this out. I think you're going to find it really fascinating. So however you got to this video, thank you so much for being here. I am not going to waste your time today. I'm going to show you something that can change your life if you let it. Okay, and over the next 15 or 20 minutes or so, I'm going to show you a couple things, and if it makes sense to you, I'm going to show you what you can do next to really have these changes that you want in your life to happen. But before I do that, you got to know what you want. And now, whether you are on any type of personal development path or not, there's always that next level. Okay, so you might be doing great in your life right now, and if you are, fantastic. You're doing great. But I want you to, and you might be starting out and you don't know where to go. But whatever it is, I want you to think about something that you want in your life right now that you don't have. And chances are right now you're probably thinking something like more money or better relationships or more self-power, empowerment, or a better self-esteem or confidence or things like that. But I also want you to think about all the negative emotions that you feel during the course of your day and your week and your month. And I want to just throw this in for you to consider right now for one moment about what would it be like to not have those? What would it be like to not have those negative thoughts, feelings, energies, or emotions that are running through you? Okay? And now for a second, I just want you to think about your life as if that's true, as if you have what you want and you have this sense of peace and calm and you're no longer being bothered by all these negative emotions. Feels pretty good, doesn't it? Now I want you to just ask yourself, well, why don't I have that? Why don't I have that yet? And that's the stuff where your ego kind of goes, ugh, I don't want to look at that, right? So a little bit about me, I break down self for people. Okay? And when I talk about self, it's kind of like, who are you? And then who are you in relationship to others and the world? And then why are you who you are? And then why are you who you are in relationship to others in the world? And that all breaks down to this self. So what I do is deconstruct your ideas and beliefs around self and around reality. And when I do that, I can show you a new possibility that didn't exist before. So think of it kind of like this. Let's say that you want to redo your kitchen. Some of you just want to change maybe the cabinets. You don't want a big change. You're doing great. You love the kitchen the way it is, but it's time to resurface those cabinets. Some of you might be brand new on this path of kind of self-development and self-expression, and you're like, wow, like I don't even know where to go. And no matter what, it works the same way, because think about it this way. If you want to put new cabinets up, you can't just put new cabinets on top of the old cabinets, right? That doesn't make any sense. It wouldn't work. You have to deconstruct the old cabinets and put new cabinets up. Make sense? But if you want a big change, then you're going to have to deconstruct the whole kitchen. And if you think about it this way, when you put on just a new cabinet face, you have a different version of what you already had, right? It's still the same in many ways, but you changed just a couple little things that you wanted. When we deconstruct the entire kitchen, now you can do anything. You can move the stove. You can get a bigger refrigerator. You can put it in that island kitchen that you always wanted. But again, you can't put it on top of what's already there. So what I do is I break down the reality of you and the reality of self and get you back in contact with spirit and with self, so that you can not only get what you want in life, but you can do it in a calm, peaceful way without being worried and bothered with all those negative emotions, feelings, and energies and emotions that kind of run up through the day and cause suffering in many, many ways. Now, a little bit about me. I've been studying personal development and transformation for over 20 years. I've been obsessed with consciousness for the longest time because I want to know why people do what they do. And that's taken me down the road of studying with master trainers, gurus, monks, energy healers. I became a Reiki master. I just wanted to know more and more and more. And then I started noticing, once I started doing transformational work, is how people continue to do something, a program, and you've probably done this yourself, right? You've taken many workshops and you've taken or gone to many seminars, and you're like, yeah, I feel great, and this, finally I'm going to change. And then, a month or two later, and maybe not even that long, it doesn't stick, right? You probably felt that before. Well, I wanted to know why that happens. So that took me down the road of the subconscious, and I became a hypnotherapist because I wanted to really dig in to why we do things and why we don't do things. And what's really evident in all the training and all the studying that I've done is this idea of self and spirit. And I've never wanted to really incorporate spirit or spirituality into my trainings because a lot of people have a weird reaction to it. It's like, well, I'm religious, or I don't believe in that woo-woo stuff. And it's none of that. You can be religious, not religious. It doesn't clash with anything because everything is about you. And when I talk about spirit, I'm talking about between here, and then how that projects into the world, and then also the reality that you see because of who you are. Okay? Now notice I said the reality you see because of who you are. People see different realities different ways based on self. So I break all that down for you. Now, I want to show you this quote really fast because I think it's really important at this point because everything is possible. Everything is possible once we fully recognize and comprehend who we truly are. And I love that quote because that sums up everything that I do. And I will show you who you truly are and then the way that you exist in your reality and other realities and things like that, because that's the way you get what you want. And wouldn't you like to get what you want? Wouldn't you like to have that life you were just thinking about not that long ago? Wouldn't you like to have that sense of inner peace? Well, of course. So how do I do that? Well, I'm going to show you something right now. It's something that you've seen plenty of times before. It's a simple shape. It's going to appear on your screen, right in the middle of the screen. You've seen it before, and when you see it, either say it out loud or you can say it to yourself. It doesn't really matter, but here it comes right now, that shape, and you see a square, right? And it sits there right in the middle of your screen. However, there's no square there. And you're like, oh, Aubrey, that's crazy. I totally saw a square. I totally saw it. It's right there. Well, let's take a look at it again, okay? And so you'll see the square there in the middle, except there is no square there. What you have is 4 3/4 circles. Now, what's happening, the reason you're seeing a square, and I want to make this really clear, your brain is showing you something that's not there. But the reason it's showing it to you is it's filling in the narrative. Because you've seen a square before. And where have you seen that? In your past. Now, this is the way the brain connects dots, is to your past, to your past, to your past. And what happens is we start reacting through life from past experiences, and we're not consciously taking action. The subconscious is responsible for about 90% of everything you do, say, think, act, and react to. Okay, 90%. The other 10% is conscious thought. So what happens is when the brain sees this, it instantly draws in the lines of the square for you and says, square. But there's no square there. Now, how many other places in your life do you see things that aren't there? Or make assumptions? Oh, well, they didn't text back, and so that means something. Or, oh, they said this, so that means something. And the brain is telling you, yes, that's what it means. But it's not there. Okay, now I want to show you something else, and this is really cool. It's a picture, and the picture looks like it's a digital creation. It is, and it looks like static, right? Like on TVs, you know, that white static, that noise, right? Except, did you see the shark? Oh, come on, Aubrey, there's no shark there. I clearly saw that picture. There's no shark. Well, let me show it to you again. So, where's the shark? Well, it's right there, all right? Except you don't see it. Now, this is the exact opposite of the square that I just showed you. This is something where you go, there's nothing there. And this is as close to truth as possible. We see something and we say, this is one thing. But when a master can show you how to see something different, see beyond what you believe is real, see beyond that reality, and show you the shark, you go, holy cow. Now, this is called an audio stereogram. And this is one of those things, this was popular in the 90s too. They had pictures like this. But if you kind of start crossing your eyes and relaxing your eyes to kind of where it gets blurry and back off a little bit, you'll start to see this 3D shape take place within this picture. Now, this is the brain doing the opposite thing. This is the brain saying, no, 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 I can clearly see what that is, but it's something else. All right. Now, wouldn't it be amazing if you could see that in your relationships or at work, or if you're having a conflict with your significant other, where you could clearly see, hey, what we're fighting about isn't what we're actually fighting about, it's something else, and see that truth, and then be able to respond calmly and gently and peacefully with love to it? Wouldn't it be great if you could see the truth and not have these negative emotions, feelings, and responses to it? Because that's really what it's all about. And think about how cool that would be to be that peaceful all the time. So our brains do this. It's constantly filling in the narrative. So a lot of people have done personal development. You've probably done personal development before, and you've been in these seminars and workshops, and maybe you've taken some things and maybe you haven't, and maybe you've created something cool and maybe you haven't. But no matter where you are, there's always a space of learning. I continually learn. I'm reading more and more advanced books. I still have a master trainer that I'm working with right now in this discipline of mind and reality. And I took a vow, this is just something personal about me. I took a vow to relieve the suffering of all sentient beings on this planet. I want to be in service, which is why I do everything that I do, okay? Because when I help you live your best life, when you work with me, and you are living this amazing life, and you are calm and loving and joyous, because that's what takes place. You're going to be like, oh my God, and I want to bring this to other people. And then you'll start creating that in somebody else's life. And then they'll start creating that in somebody else's life. And this is how we change the world, right? But you have to have the right foundation, because a lot of people, they go to these seminars because they're looking for something. And they want something, and you go and you don't quite get it, because a lot of these things are it's kind of like taking calculus or algebra without taking simple math. You're looking for these advanced techniques, but you've never had the basic foundation. It's like, again, trying to build a kitchen on top of a kitchen. The foundation won't hold it. It will crumble. It's like building a house without a foundation. It will crumble. And until you get the right foundation, you're never going to build exactly what you want. Now, that doesn't mean that you're not going to have success, because I've worked with multimillionaires who you look and you're like, oh my God, they're successful, except there's another level, except there's something in their heart that's missing. Okay. Now, I'm going to show you another quote that goes to this. And this just happens to be from the Dalai Lama, but it's really profound, because it says, nothing can be produced without a base or foundation. Establishing the right base. Now, notice this is the right base is a crucial step. It distinguishes what exists from mere mental fabrication. Okay? And that's what I do. So when you get angry, when you have a reaction or a response to somebody around you, when you don't see where that response is coming from, you're looking at the cause and conditions outside of you and saying, oh, this is this and this is that. And then we create what's called beliefs. Okay? And we create these belief structures, and then we just perceive and judge through those beliefs. So there's this thing that I talk about called the belief paradox. And the belief paradox simply states this: given the opportunity, you will never act outside your beliefs. Why would you? It'd be chaos for your brain. I feel it's good to help people. I'm not going to walk around punching people in the face or pushing people down a flight of stairs, right? Why would I? Okay? So that's the first step. The second step is, if you want something different in your life, the second step, I don't even know my own belief paradox. The second step is, your life is already what it is based on your beliefs. Because of course, we only operate from our beliefs. And if you want anything different, you have to act outside your beliefs, which is the paradox, because the first thing I said was, given the opportunity, you won't act outside your beliefs. And once we create these beliefs, we create reality. And we are constantly judging reality. This situation is this. This person is this. I am this. I am that. This is mine. That is theirs. And we start to discriminate against things, people, based on senses, based on mental processes, based on emotion, all these different things. And that which is agreeable to us, we go, okay, yeah, that's okay. And that's which is disagreeable to us, or we have an aversion to, brings out all these yucky feelings and all these yucky things. And you might have an aversion to yourself right now, and that doesn't feel good. Or somebody that you want to be close to, and yet it's not working out. Or you just can't figure out how to communicate with your kids, or whatever it is for you, right? Because you have this idea of reality that's simply like the square. Okay? You've seen the square before, so you'll continually see it. You'll continuously see it because your brain will fill in the narrative. And the brain constantly fills in the narrative from the past, which means that you're reacting, which is from your subconscious, which is 90% of your day-to-day experience. I want you to start acting. And I want you to start acting from a calm place, connected to yourself, to your spirit. Okay? And again, not a woo-woo thing, not a religious thing. No matter where you are, what you study, it all comes down to you. And you exist. Okay? Which is why I know it's going to work for you. All right? Now, again, let me ask you, if I could show you a way that you could see this reality clearly, you could see that shark all the time, is that something you'd be interested in? If I could show you a way that during your day you have less stress, you have less reaction to things, you have less anger or sadness or these negative emotions, would you be interested in having more peace in your life? Would you be interested in experiencing more joy in your life? Well, I hope that answer is yes. Because what I'm doing is this, okay? Usually in the past, if you wanted to work with me, I would charge between $2,000 and $2,500 a month to work with me one-on-one, or you could spend $4,000 and come into a workshop of mine, and that just didn't work for me. I studied with some people that showed me how to create income like that, but through the universe getting me in touch with spirit personally, I lost everything because I was focusing on the wrong thing. And I'm so glad I did, because this really is helping you. This really is being a loving space to give to you something that will change your life. And what I'm doing right now is a group coaching program and training program, okay? The training is as a group. The coaching is individual. So for 16 weeks, you're going to get one training a week. It's going to be interactive and live. If you miss the training, it will be in a special group, probably on Facebook, where that video will be available so you can watch it at your leisure. It's going to be an hour, 2 hours, whatever time we need together, because I'm not going to cut it short and go, well, that's it for today, when we're on to something really cool and people's lives are changing. But then after that, you're going to get a 40-minute coaching call with me personally every week to discuss what's going on for you personally. Now, the cool thing about this training program is this. Nothing that I'm going to do, I want you to just take and say, oh, well, Aubrey says so. This is something that you're going to need to be contemplating. This is something that you're going to need to be analyzing, because if it can withhold analysis by you, you will take it in your life and you use it all the time. Okay? If you just take it from me and say, oh, well, it's this, but don't get the concept, don't practice it, don't implement it, don't debate it within yourself or with others. And I really strongly suggest that all of you guys in the group call each other and debate it with others, because what happens is everything becomes clearer, you get to own it more, and now you can really experience it. And then I can help you one-on-one. But the really cool thing about it is this, and I told you before, like $2,500 to study with me. No, not even $1,000. Not even $500, $350 a month. That's it, $350 a month, and you get 16 trainings and 16 coaching calls over 4 months with me to totally change your life. Would you like to have a breakthrough in your life? Would you like to have a sense of self that's so strong that you can walk through the day in peace, generating love, generating joy, and having the tools to consciously and constantly reproduce these things in your life? So we're starting May 12th, and it's almost the end of April. So I need you to register before May 4th. And what you're going to do, in the link down there is a link to enroll. It takes you to a PayPal. You put in your PayPal. It's automatic billing, $350 a month for 4 months. The other cool thing is this. I'm also creating a 3-part live training based on this. And the first part is going to be a 3-day event. It's going to be intensive. You're going to work some more. It's going to take everything even deeper. And it's only $700, but because you sign up for this right now, you're going to get that at half price anytime you want to take it. Okay. And the cool thing about this training, it's not something that you go, well, you got to do all 3 parts. No. I'm creating it in a way like almost like a movie trilogy, right? Where if you watch the first movie, you're going to get a lot out of it. You're going to have fun. It's going to be impactful for you. But if you don't want to watch the second and third movie, you're not lost. You still get something really cool out of it. However, if you want to see how the story ends, how deep the story goes, if you want to go more advanced into it, then you do part 2 and part 3. And so I'm going to invite you to do that as well. The last thing is this. If you've got a friend that you know is going to be totally up for this, that wants to learn, wants to grow, and even if they're really successful right now, right? Or even if they're just starting, refer them to this video. And when you refer them to this video and they enroll, then I'm going to give you $140 for every time somebody that you know enrolls. So what I'm going to do, you have the way to enroll. It's in the link below. When you enroll, I want you to email me at contact@aubreyhaase.com. Okay, it's right here up on the top, contact@aubreyhaase.com. Make sure you spell my last name right. It's 2 A's, 1 S, and 1 E. aubreyhaase.com, and tell me that you enrolled and if anybody referred you. Now, you can also go to my LinkedIn, Aubrey Haase, Facebook.com/AubreyPHaase, Twitter, Aubrey Haase. My Instagram is Instagram at Aubrey Haase, and my YouTube channel is at Aubrey Haase. It's like everything is my name. Anyway, but I want you to go ahead and make sure so I can credit you for the people, because the other thing about this is really cool is when you reach out to somebody that I couldn't reach, not only are you helping change their life, you're helping me, which is why I want to help you back. Okay? If you have any questions about any of this, let's talk. Email me again at contact@aubreyhaase.com, and we'll set up a phone conversation, and we'll just talk about where you are and where you want to be and how this can best serve you. And this is going to be limited between 10 and 20 people, a minimum of 10, maximum of 20. I don't want it too convoluted. I want this all to be tons of content for you in digestible chunks so we can change your life. Because don't you deserve to have what it is that you say that you want? Of course. And when you can break down and see reality in a new way in every moment, and get rid of those negative thoughts, negative feelings, negative emotions, negative energies. Stop reacting from the past and really create this culture of compassion and love and joy. Your life changes. And I think you're ready for that. So thank you so much for watching. I'm going to put that end title up one more time, contact@aubreyhaase.com. And I'm really, really looking forward to seeing you and working with you. And it's just going to be so much fun. I'm really, really excited about this. So thank you so much for your time. I hope you learned something today. If for some reason you didn't enroll, and I don't know why, at least you can take this away and start looking at your own reality, hopefully a little bit different, so that it can change your life if you let it. If you let it. And I hope that you let it, because you are absolutely deserving about the life that you want. So thank you so much, folks, and I will see you soon.